Hello to this video. So this is going to be a guided practice about cutting cords, and this we'll do in a masculine kind of way. So it's very much going to be about not feeling that much into the things that you wanna let go and letting them go softly, but feeling into that what you think and feel like might not be doing you good, and then putting a direct cut, a boundary there, because there are different ways you can do it, and then you can practice both and see which one works for you. So check out the other video if you feel like it, about letting go of connections, because that's the more feminine way, the softer way. And yeah, so cutting cords, it's basically about the different connections you might have to other people in your life, past lovers, family members, friends, different memories or things that you still have in your system. And there's basically like this connection there that you might not see. And you don't want to carry all of that around with you, maybe. Maybe there are some things you want to let go. Like, for example, you still feel as if the partner you were with is kind of like some part of you is still hanging on there, like a codependency, or you might feel as if some sexual topics are still stuck around and connecting you to someone else and you want to cut them off, or anything that you feel like is ready to go, like I am brave now, I want to let it go, I want to become more and more myself by just being in my own space. And we're going to do this by starting a little guided journey to the inside and feeling into what is it that I want to let go. So close your eyes, find a good spot first. I hope you have that already. Sitting is good. You don't want to be lying down for that. Sitting is more active. And close your eyes. And then just go inwards. Focusing on your body. Noticing the flow of your breath. Feeling in your being. And then noticing if there is any topic coming up, any topic that you might have felt before going for this video, anything that you feel like is still in your system and somehow in your life influencing you, that you want to let go, that you want to break off, that you just don't need anymore. And then just imagine that situation, the person, whatever it is that you feel like there's still a connection to. See that person, the memory. Feel, where is it still stuck and connected to my body? Where has my body stored these experiences? Where is the connection stored? Maybe it's somewhere in your chest or in your belly, in your pelvic floor, throat. Maybe you feel like imaginary hands are holding you in some way, squeezing something, some energy being drawn from a space in your body. And you just consciously want to realize, what is the connection? Who is that person that is there? Maybe it's not a person, maybe it's just a memory or a feeling. And focus on that cord, on that string that attaches you, your being, your energy to that memory, to that person, to that thing in the past that you want to cut off. because it's still holding strongly in your system and you just don't want it, don't need it. And it can be anything. It can be a past life that you have that you think about. It can be a parent and something that reminds you of them. It can be an old friend that you're still hanging on to and not want to let go. A lover. Just see it in your mind clearly. What is it that I want to let go? And then find that strength in you. Am I ready? Am I truly ready to let it go? And you can open your eyes if you feel like you can see me, and then you feel stronger, you feel supported. And just feel into that. Let you find that strength. It can be like the strength from above filling you, allowing you to feel you are in your power. You are grounded. You are there for yourself, in your strength, and you don't need it anymore. You don't need that what you are unconsciously holding on to. You can let it go. You can cut it off. It's okay. And there might be fear coming up, and just try to find that what you're afraid of losing in you. It might be that you feel that you will be lonely, or that there might be some fears coming up, a sadness, anger. Allow yourself to find that, what you are scared of losing. And just keep it there. Keep it in you. Allow that thing to feel seen, to feel safe, surrounded by you, by your strength, by your presence. Just see that any worry that you have, allow it to be there. See it surrounded with love, with compassion, with strength. And then find that directness, that awareness, that stability in you to see that cord, to notice it again. And you might even see already that it's losing its hold on you, its strength, because you are becoming aware of it, and you have already the desire to cut it off, to let it go. And you want to see that clearly and feel it. Where in the space around you is it? Where is this string connected to your body? And then seeing it clearly, really visualizing it. What is the material that it's made of? Is it material that is soft, or is it something hard? Is it something metallic or glowing out of light? What is this string? How does it seem like? What is the color? Is it red or purple, green, white, black? See that. See that very precisely. It might even have a certain feeling about it, something gloomy or dark and murky, or something happy, or an angry, vibrating, pulsating kind of chord. Just very much tune into that connection and how it feels. And the feeling of this chord might feel different than your feeling that you have about the situation, but allow it just to be there, whatever comes up. Feel this connection, this cord connecting you to that other thing on the other side. And when you are ready, start to visualize yourself, and you can even do it actively. You can visualize big scissors or a knife or even a sword. Whatever feels good. You can even use your hands to rip it apart. Whatever is good for you, you want to choose. You want to have a grounded stability in you, and then reach for whatever instrument you feel like using. You can do it in your mind. You can also do it very physically, like go to the kitchen, get a knife, and then use it later. So whatever tool you feel like you need, grab it now. Also just with your mind, if you want to do it internally, this whole process, you have a choice of acting it out or doing it internally in your mind, in your visualization. And then you want to really start feeling into it. You have your thing you're gonna use for this cord, and are you really ready to use it? Are you ready to go for it? Do you have the strength, the stability, the groundedness in you? And whenever you are ready, allow yourself to go for it. And just notice how it is. Like, how is it going? Like, you want to tear it apart with your hands, maybe. Maybe there's some emotion coming up, like anger or something. Or maybe you want to take scissors and just start chipping away, taking your time with it. Or maybe you take a sword and you're very grounded and direct and just slash right through it in a very precise motion, very sure of yourself, allowing it to cut straight through. And allow whatever thought, whatever image, whatever feeling comes to come. There might be some resistance from that cord that you need to work harder on it, that you need to find more sureness in yourself, that you need to become braver, surer of yourself, more decisive. And just find that. Allow this whole process to happen. Cut it again if it comes back. Just work with it, creating that boundary. And you can even stand up if you feel like it and just push it back, cut it off, snip it with scissors, just rip it off with your hands, whatever feels good to you. Just do it. Take your time with it. And whatever the other thing is on the other side, you have to put a boundary to it, because it might also be that the other thing is reaching for you. It feels as if it's suddenly losing its hold on you. Or maybe it's sad. And whatever you feel like coming up, compassion, hate, you don't want it, boundary, just allow it to be there and put this boundary up. You have cut it off, or maybe you are still in the process of cutting it off, of letting it go, and you don't want it. You're gonna put your boundary there. You're gonna feel that boundary with your own power, with your own strength, with your own energy. And that thing that you have just cut off, just let go. That cord that was in place, you don't need it anymore. And there is the boundary. You can literally just put your hands there and create space, pushing it off. You are here, the cord is gone. It doesn't need to come back. You don't want it to come back. And you have to be a bit mindful of this in the coming days, because it might feel as if it's coming back and you want to work with it. Why? What is there in me that unconsciously needs it? And then you're gonna do it again and go deeper into the different layers that are still holding on to it. And if there is any fear or any anger that is coming, let it out. You can scream at it, at this cord. You can feel the frustration that you might have with yourself for holding on to it still, even if you don't want it. Like, you might have some toxicity in yourself, some codependency that you're holding on to, some fear of letting something go, or maybe you feel compassion because the other side of the thing suddenly feels like it's alone, like it's sad, and you want to help it. But just stay focused on yourself. Stay focused on yourself and always ask yourself, what do I need? Have I cut it off? Has it worked? Allow yourself to really feel into that strength if it's something you have accomplished. Allow it, your own power, to fill that space up, to fill the space around you up. And if you still haven't worked through it, if you feel like it hasn't worked, if the cord is still hanging in there, do this anyway. Allow your own power, your energy from the source flow into you, and breathe it out into the space all around you. Breathing it in and feeling out the space, because the stronger, the more stable, the bigger you become in your own space, the less you need that outside influence. So breathing it in and increasing the energy flow. Allowing more of your power to flow through. Allowing yourself to feel more yourself, your own energy, your strength. Becoming centered in your being, becoming grounded in your being, feeling yourself, feeling the bravery that you have had to face this. Even if it hasn't worked, even if there was fear coming up, you took the first steps, facing it and cutting it off, setting up, putting up that boundary that you might not have been able to do before. You are more and more in your own strength. Coming into your new power, your new state of being, where that connection is gone. And sadly, you might feel like you need to change the way you go about things. How am I without this connection? How is my new state of being? And just repeat this process again and again, either in this very masculine way or in the feminine, softer way, where you'll allow yourself to let it go. And in both scenarios, it's because you don't need it anymore, because you are finally able to step into your own power, allowing your own energy to flow, to fill up those spaces that you were still hanging on to. And you are becoming more and more yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself, your own energy. Your strength, your groundedness, your stability. And keep on feeling this as you continue your day. Remind yourself of this accomplishment and keep on repeating it until you feel like you have reached that state where you are just in your own power. And allow any topic that comes up with it, any emotion, memory, to be there. See it for what it is. accept it, and then let go. Thank you for joining this exercise, and I hope it has brought you some more clarity on that if you are ready to break that off, to cut that cord. And if you have, then feel into that. How is it to be without it? And if you haven't been able to cut it off fully, just feel into what is still stopping me from it. Give yourself that what you feel like you need, and then go for it again. Enjoy your new state of being.